Welcome to our channel Valuable Coins All World. In this video, I gave you information about United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please see this full video. Thanks. Top 1. In the world of numismatics, certain coins stand out not just for their historical significance, but also for their rare and unique characteristics. Among the many coins minted by the United States, the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1998 holds a special place for collectors and investors alike. While most of these coins are relatively common and not worth much more than their face value, some hold hidden secrets that make them incredibly valuable. If you're a coin enthusiast or simply curious about the world of rare U.S. currency, you're in for an interesting journey as we explore the Washington quarter dollar of 1998 and how it could be worth a small fortune. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, and like many coins, it has undergone various design changes over the years. The 1998 Washington quarter is part of the series featuring a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, which has remained a constant on the obverse side of the coin since 1932. The reverse of the coin depicts an eagle in flight, though various commemorative designs have appeared as part of special series, such as the 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. However, despite being produced in large numbers, not all 1998 quarters are created equal. The value of any coin depends on several factors, including its rarity, condition, and the presence of any unique characteristics or errors during its minting process. While most of the 1998 Washington quarters are worth just $0.25, there are some rare variations that can be sold for far more than their face value. One of the most sought-after versions of the 1998 Washington quarter is one that has been mistakenly struck with a different die or a unique minting error. This could include an incorrect mint mark, a double die strike, or even a rare misalignment of the design. Collectors are particularly drawn to these mistakes as they add an element of mystery and rarity to the coin, making it incredibly desirable. Another factor that can influence the value of a coin is its condition. A quarter from 1998 that has been well preserved and maintained in near mint condition can fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily worn or damaged. Coins that grade as proof or uncirculated tend to be the most valuable because they exhibit the highest quality of craftsmanship and design. In addition to the inherent characteristics of the coin itself, the market demand plays a critical role in determining its value. Rare coins, particularly those with special features or unique errors, can become highly coveted by collectors. And as the number of collectors increases, so too can the price of these coins, sometimes dramatically. The rarity of certain 1998 Washington quarters lies in the specifics of the minting process. It's important to note that these coins were struck in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but only a limited number of them were affected by certain errors that make them especially valuable. For example, quarters that were struck with an incorrect mint mark, or those with additional die errors, may be far rarer than those that were minted without any issues. These error coins can sometimes be sold for thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and conditions. How much could a 1998 Washington quarter potentially be worth? Well, it varies. Most regular quarters from 1998 are still worth just 25 cents. However, if you happen to come across a 1998 quarter with a rare minting error, or it has been exceptionally well preserved, it could be worth a lot more than that. In some cases, a Washington quarter from 1998 has been known to sell for as much as $57,000. Yes, $57,000. Imagine stumbling upon a coin like that, tucked away in your change jar or a pocket of an old jacket. That could be a life-changing find. Of course, not every 1998 quarter will be worth this kind of money, but the potential is there for those with the patience, knowledge, and eye for rare and valuable coins. In conclusion, while the 1998 Washington quarter is not typically a coin that will make you rich, its potential to be worth much more than face value is something that every coin collector or enthusiast should keep an eye on. Whether it's a rare minting error or an unusually well-preserved specimen, the market for rare coins is always evolving, and who knows, your next find could turn out to be a hidden treasure. So, the next time you come across a 1998 quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You just might be holding onto a piece of history worth thousands of dollars. Top 2. If you're a fan of coins, then you know that some U.S. coins can become incredibly valuable over time, especially if they're rare, unique, or hold some sort of historical significance. One such coin that's been gaining attention from collectors and investors is the 1993 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin may seem like just another standard quarter, but as we dive deeper into its history and the factors that influence its value, you might be surprised at how much it could actually be worth. The Washington quarter has been a part of U.S. coinage since 1932, featuring the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The coin has seen numerous redesigns and special editions over the years, but the standard 1993 Washington quarter is part of the regular series featuring Washington's portrait on the front and an eagle on the reverse. Most of these quarters are still in circulation today, but that doesn't mean they're all worth just 25 cents. In fact, the 1993 Washington quarter holds a special place among collectors, and for good reason. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters, but not all of them are equal in terms of value. Like any collectible coin, its worth can vary greatly depending on a variety of factors. The most obvious factor is the condition of the coin. If a 1993 Washington quarter has been circulated heavily and shows signs of wear, it's likely worth no more than its face value, 25 cents. But here's where things get interesting. When a coin is in pristine condition, or even better, in uncirculated or proof quality, it can be valued much higher. But that's not all. Some 1993 Washington quarters carry additional value because of specific features or errors that occurred during the minting process. Coins that feature mistakes, such as double dies, misaligned designs, or incorrect mint marks, are highly sought after by collectors who are looking for unique pieces to add to their collections. These errors can make a coin dramatically more valuable than its ordinary counterparts. For example, imagine a 1993 quarter that was mistakenly struck with a double die. The design would appear slightly doubled on the obverse or reverse side, giving the coin a unique, easily identifiable characteristic. These types of coins are far rarer than standard quarters and can fetch far more than just their face value. Similarly, a 1993 Washington quarter with a minting error, such as an incorrect mint mark or a die crack, could be worth thousands of dollars depending on the rarity of the error. Of course, it's not just the minting errors that make a coin valuable. The market for rare coins is also influenced by supply and demand. While a 1993 quarter may seem like a common coin, if there is a shortage of coins in exceptional condition or with certain errors, the price can skyrocket. As the demand for these rare coins grows, so does their price. This is one reason why certain U.S. coins, like the 1993 Washington quarter, can appreciate in value over time. Coins that were once seen as common or of little value can become highly coveted collectibles as the years pass. Additionally, another factor that influences the value of a coin is the type of collector you're dealing with. Some collectors focus on building a collection of coins from a specific year, while others may specialize in error coins. As a result, a 1993 Washington quarter with a unique feature or error could appeal to a specific group of collectors, which could drive up the price even more. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 1993 Washington quarter actually be worth? While the majority of these coins are still worth only 25 cents, some rare examples of the 1993 quarter have sold for significant amounts of money. In fact, certain versions of this quarter, especially those with minting errors, can be worth much more than you might think. For a coin that is in near-perfect condition or has an unusual error, you could find it fetching prices in the thousands. In extreme cases, one rare 1993 Washington quarter sold for a staggering $52,000. Yes, you heard that right, $52,000. While this is an exceptional case, it shows just how much potential certain coins can have if they possess unique characteristics that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. So, if you're a coin collector or simply someone who has a collection of quarters lying around, it might be worth your time to take a closer look at any 1993 Washington quarters you come across. With the right conditions or errors, you could be holding on to something far more valuable than you realized. In conclusion, the 1993 Washington quarter dollar might seem like just another coin at first glance, but its true value lies in the details. Whether it's a rare minting error, an exceptionally well-preserved coin, or simply one that has become highly sought after by collectors, this quarter has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value. So, the next time you find yourself holding a 1993 quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You never know. You might just be looking at a coin worth $52,000. Top 3. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems. Coins that, on the surface, may seem like nothing special, but when you look closer, they hold incredible value. One such coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike is the 1994 Washington quarter dollar. While many quarters from this year are still circulating and worth only 25 cents, there are some rare and unique versions of this coin that have commanded attention for their surprising value. If you're a coin enthusiast or someone just starting to get interested in rare coins, this could be the story of your next great find. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage for nearly a century, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1994 Washington quarter, like many others from this series, features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle in flight on the reverse side. Over the years, there have been different designs and commemorative series, but the 1994 coin remains part of the regular circulation quarters, designed as a simple tribute to the nation's first president. At first glance, the 1994 Washington quarter may seem like a common coin, and in many ways, it is. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters in that year, with the typical value being just 25 cents. However, what separates certain 1994 quarters from the rest are the rare versions, those that have something special, something that sets them apart from the standard coins produced in massive quantities. Like any collectible, the value of a coin is driven by several factors. For the 1994 Washington quarter, the condition of the coin is incredibly important. Most of the coins you'll find are likely well-worn, having passed through many hands and been used in daily transactions. But a quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, one that has been carefully preserved or even graded as a proof coin, can be worth far more than just its face value. The highest quality quarters from 1994, those that have been kept in near-perfect condition, can fetch far more than you'd expect. But it's not just the condition that determines a coin's value. Error coins, which are the result of a mistake in the minting process, are also a huge factor when it comes to determining worth. And this is where the 1994 Washington quarter can get really interesting. Coin collectors go wild for error coins because they are incredibly rare and often carry a premium price tag. Errors like double dies, misaligned strikes, or incorrect mint marks can make a coin far more desirable. Imagine finding a 1994 Washington quarter that has been struck with a double die error. This means that the design of the coin was unintentionally struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on the image of George Washington or the eagle. These kinds of errors are highly collectible, and a quarter with such a flaw can be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. Moreover, the minting process in 1994 was not flawless. While most coins were struck as intended, a small percentage could have been affected by issues such as die cracks, over-polishing, or other irregularities. When collectors spot a quarter with such an error, its value can soar due to the rarity of the mistake. These coins are often considered as pristine examples of rare minting flaws, and that's something every serious collector wants to get their hands on. Beyond errors, the market for rare coins also hinges on collector demand. Some years, certain coins are simply more sought after than others. The 1994 Washington quarter might not be the most famous of its series, but its rarity, especially in certain conditions, has led to an increase in interest among collectors. As the years go by, older coins become even more coveted, and demand for well-preserved examples of certain years increases, pushing up their value. So, how much could a 1994 Washington quarter be worth? As we've seen, it depends on various factors, including the coin's condition and whether it has any minting errors. While most of the 1994 quarters will only fetch a small premium over their face value, if they're in near-perfect condition, they can still be worth several dollars. But there's more to the story than just that. Some very rare examples of the 1994 Washington quarter, especially those with significant minting errors, have been known to sell for far more than expected. In fact, one of these rare 1994 quarters, particularly one with a remarkable error, has been known to sell for a staggering $48,000. Yes, $48,000. It's hard to imagine that a coin that was minted for just 25 cents could end up being worth so much. But it goes to show the potential that these rare coins have in the world of numismatics. Finding a 1994 Washington quarter worth that much isn't easy, and it's certainly not something you'll come across every day. But if you're lucky enough to stumble upon a rare specimen, whether it's an error coin, one in pristine condition, or a special edition, you could be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth far more than you imagined. In conclusion, the 1994 Washington quarter dollar may look like a simple, run-of-the-mill coin, but when you dig deeper, there's more to it than meets the eye. While most of these quarters are still worth just 25 cents, the ones with minting errors or those in flawless condition can become highly sought-after treasures, fetching incredible amounts of money. So, the next time you come across a 1994 Washington quarter, take a closer look. It might just be worth $48,000. Who knows? Your next coin hunt could lead you to a hidden fortune. Top 4. One such coin that has garnered the attention of collectors and investors alike is the 1989 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this may seem like just another quarter in the sea of U.S. currency, but there are certain versions of this coin that have become rare, valuable treasures. Let's dive into what makes the 1989 Washington quarter so intriguing and why it could be worth much more than you might expect. The Washington quarter, introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, has been a staple in U.S. coinage for decades. The 1989 Washington quarter is part of the regular circulation series, featuring George Washington's familiar portrait on the obverse, with an eagle in flight on the reverse. While most quarters from this year are still in circulation and worth only their face value of 25 cents, some special circumstances can elevate certain coins to astounding values. First, let's talk about the most obvious factor in determining a coin's value: its condition. Like many other coins, a quarter's worth can be drastically influenced by its physical state. If the coin has been used in daily transactions, scratched, or worn down over time, it's likely worth no more than face value. However, a 1989 Washington quarter that has been carefully preserved, kept in a safe place, and graded as uncirculated or proof can be worth much more. Coins in excellent condition, particularly those that have never been circulated, are in high demand among collectors who want pristine examples for their collections. But here's where things get really interesting. The value of certain 1989 Washington quarters goes beyond just condition. There are a number of rare, collectible coins that were minted with flaws, which are known as error coins. These coins, which come from mistakes during the minting process, are highly prized in the world of numismatics. Error coins are often one of a kind, and collectors are always on the lookout for these anomalies. It could be anything from a double die, where the image on the coin is slightly duplicated, to a misaligned strike, or even a wrong mint mark. Imagine finding a 1989 Washington quarter with a striking error. Maybe the design wasn't properly aligned, causing the image of Washington or the eagle to appear off-center. Or perhaps it was struck with a double die, meaning that the design is duplicated in a noticeable way. These errors may seem small, but they are what make a coin rare, and rarity is what drives its value. Error coins from popular series like the Washington quarter can quickly jump in price as collectors realize how unique they are. Aside from minting errors, there is another factor that can contribute to the value of a 1989 Washington quarter: its rarity. While millions of these coins were produced that year, not all of them were well preserved or kept in high-quality condition. Over time, as more and more of these coins get worn down, fewer high-quality examples remain. This is what makes the well-preserved 1989 quarters even more valuable. They've become scarce, and scarcity equals desirability in the world of coin collecting. But it's not just about the physical characteristics of the coin itself. The market for rare coins, including quarters, fluctuates depending on the demand from collectors. Some years, coins from certain periods or with specific minting flaws will be more sought after than others. With the rise of online marketplaces and coin auctions, collectors around the world are now more connected than ever, which means the competition for rare coins is intense. As a result, the price of coins like the 1989 Washington quarter can increase dramatically, especially if they are in exceptional condition or have a unique error. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Just how much could a 1989 Washington quarter be worth? As we've mentioned, a typical 1989 quarter in circulation will only be worth its face value, 25 cents. But what if the coin has been carefully preserved, or it contains an error from the minting process? In those cases, you could be looking at a much higher price tag. In fact, one of these rare 1989 quarters, particularly one with a minting flaw or in near-perfect condition, has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $66,000. That's right, $66,000. Imagine walking into a coin shop or finding one of these rare 1989 quarters in your change and realizing it's worth that much. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just a quarter when it was first minted could have appreciated in value to such an astronomical amount. But this is the reality in the world of rare coin collecting, where a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand can result in prices that defy expectations. Of course, finding a 1989 Washington quarter that's worth that much is incredibly rare, and not every coin from this year will reach such a price. But it goes to show that the world of coins is full of surprises, and you never really know what might be hiding in your collection. Whether it's a minting error, an uncirculated coin in pristine condition, or just a rare find that piques the interest of collectors, the 1989 Washington quarter is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into something extraordinary. In conclusion, the 1989 Washington quarter may appear to be just another coin in the vast world of U.S. currency, but its potential to be worth much more than its face value is a reminder of the excitement and possibility that comes with coin collecting. If you're lucky enough to find a rare 1989 Washington quarter, whether it's one with an error, in perfect condition, or simply one that catches the eye of the right collector, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth $66,000. So, the next time you come across a 1989 quarter, take a closer look. It just might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 5. The Washington quarter has been a part of the American coinage since 1932, and over the years, it has undergone various design changes. But the 1983 Washington quarter belongs to the series that features George Washington's portrait on the front and an eagle on the back. These simple designs have stood the test of time and remain one of the most recognizable images in U.S. coinage. While the 1983 coin was part of the regular circulating currency, it's what's hidden beneath the surface of some of these quarters that makes them truly valuable. Like any collectible, the worth of a coin is determined by a combination of factors, but perhaps the most obvious one is condition. A 1983 Washington quarter that has been through years of circulation and has visible wear and tear will likely only be worth its face value, 25 cents. But if you happen to find a 1983 quarter that has been kept in pristine condition, or even one that has never been used and is graded as uncirculated or proof, its value can skyrocket. This is why collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved coins, as they are a rarity in today's world. However, what truly sets the 1983 Washington quarter apart from most other coins from that era is the potential for minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a mistake that makes a coin unique. These errors can come in various forms, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or the wrong mint mark being stamped onto the coin. These errors are highly prized among collectors because they are one-of-a-kind anomalies, making them incredibly valuable. For instance, imagine finding a 1983 quarter that was struck with a double die error. This happens when a coin is mistakenly struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on parts of the design. A 1983 Washington quarter with such an error would be a rare find indeed. Or what if the coin was struck off-center, making George Washington appear slightly tilted or misaligned? These types of errors are not only fascinating but also increase the value of the coin dramatically. Beyond minting errors, another factor that influences a coin's value is its rarity. While millions of 1983 Washington quarters were minted, the number of those that have been kept in excellent condition or have unique errors is much smaller. The rarer a coin is, the more desirable it becomes to collectors. As time goes on, coins that were once considered common or ordinary become harder to find in mint condition, and their prices rise accordingly. Another element that drives the price of the 1983 Washington quarter is the collector demand. Over the years, there has been a growing interest in coins from specific years, especially those with unique characteristics or errors. As collectors get more savvy and knowledgeable about what to look for, the market for certain coins, like the 1983 Washington quarter, continues to expand. What might have once been a quarter you would casually spend is now something that could potentially become a prized addition to a collection. How much can a 1983 Washington quarter actually be worth? While most quarters from this year are still worth just 25 cents, there are some rare examples that have been sold for thousands of dollars. If a 1983 quarter is in near-perfect condition or contains a minting error, it can attract a higher price. But the real jackpot comes when you find a particularly rare coin with significant features or flaws. In fact, a 1983 Washington quarter with the right characteristics has been known to sell for an astounding $57,000. That's right, $57,000. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 25 cents when it was minted could eventually be worth such a large sum. But the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and rare coins like the 1983 Washington quarter are prime examples of how small anomalies can lead to big paydays for the lucky few who find them. Now, you might be wondering, how do you tell if you've got a valuable 1983 Washington quarter on your hands? The key is to look for any unique characteristics that might set it apart from a regular quarter. Examine the coin closely for any signs of minting errors, such as double dies, misaligned strikes, or incorrect mint marks. If the coin is in excellent condition, with no visible wear or damage, it could be worth more than face value. If you suspect that your quarter might have an error, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded by a numismatic expert to determine its value. In conclusion, while the 1983 Washington quarter may seem like a common coin, its potential to be worth much more than its face value makes it a treasure worth looking out for. Whether it's in mint condition or has a rare minting error, the 1983 quarter holds a place in the hearts of collectors who know its true worth. So the next time you come across a 1983 Washington quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You could be holding onto a coin worth $57,000. And who knows, your next coin could turn out to be a hidden gem that changes everything.